go.
All right. Well, welcome back to
Hello.
second week in a row
Yeah.
of somber
Oh, this one's really somber
of
because
somber Wisconsin sports news.
and Iowa because okay, Iowa too. Something
Are you
very
trying to make it about Iowa?
no. I'm saying it adds to it because Iowa we lost a heartbreaker at Penn State and that was tough. I was in Vegas with my family. I just drove back today. Very tired, but so not only we had our family we watched Iowa lose, but we bet on them too as a family, and then we bet as a family we bet on the Packers. So that makes it
Well, did
even
you win
tougher.
though? Because
No, we
I don't
bet.
think the
Oh,
Rams
we
covered,
didn't.
right?
No, in Iowa with 6-point underdogs, Packers were 7.5 at by kickoff. No, we didn't come here to cover the point spread. We bet money line on both. So.
Old
Yeah.
Ma Steichen.
Yeah, our family bet. This is the
Old Ma
biggest bet.
Steichen's
This
like,
is our
give me straight up
biggest.
money line.
Yeah, this is my mom, 82. She bet on the Packers. This is the biggest family bet. We bet 200 on the Packers to win, and it paid 4-1. So it would have been, I think, back at 1,000.
Wow, 200, 4-1.
Yeah, yeah, we bet 200. Not just me. I mean, we split it up with the family. Yeah, that's how. And we bet a bunch on Iowa money line. Not. We don't care about point spreads. We came here to win, and then we didn't. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, Gene, my name. Well, maybe we should talk about the name of the show.
Yeah, not just about family.
Until we get into, obviously you can tell this is Iowa reunion stories from Las Vegas.
I just drove back today. I drove back. Wow.
All right,
That's
well,
not easy.
my name is Chris Stotts,
Hello.
and then that's Gene Steichen, and it's called the Midwest Sports Show,
Oh, okay.
and we're going to talk about some Midwest sports,
Oh.
including all of the big NFL
Yeah.
games involving Midwest sports teams, including a head coach getting fired.
Oh boy.
In Cleveland.
About time. Really, really Cleveland. And I watched that game too because we bet on other games, but it wasn't all somber for our family because we did. My mom and I took my mom to Donnie and Marie. It was, I believe, our 11th time seeing them in concert. Very good, and they're retiring soon. And then I went to.
You guys have probably seen them over the course of like 50 years, though, right?
No, since 2008.
Okay, well, 10
Yeah.
years. So you've seen the evolution.
And yeah, there's no evolution. They're doing the same stuff. Oh, and then we saw them in Chicago as well. That adds the extra time. And then also I went to Wayne Newton's house. That was
do
the
they
other
do they
highlight.
do they talk to the audience differently
Yeah,
if
they
they're in
do.
Las Vegas or Chicago?
No, they say, "Oh, hi, I'm Donnie. I won Dance with the Stars." He won Dance with the Stars, and Marie finished second. And
Were they
they're great.
what, against each other?
Yeah, no, they're in different years.
Oh, okay.
They're
All right,
really good.
that'd be tough.
Yeah, but they look good. That was a
All right.
highlight. And then so all that was great, and then the Iowa loss was a tough one. But we're gonna hang in there because as a family, we hang in.
All
And
right,
your
well,
family.
there you
There you
go.
go.
You're hanging. And then including the Packers at the Los Angeles Rams at the Coliseum.
Okay, I told all my stuff because we bet on it as a family, which we're not gambling family, but you were actually there. That's even
I was at
tougher.
the Los Angeles Rams
I was really
game.
curious. Yeah, it looked like a great crowd.
And it was about 80. It seemed like 80% Packer fans.
Wow.
For sure.
I went last year when the Eagles were there because my nephew's an Eagles fan, and it was more of Eagles fan. It seemed as Packers.
Well, Sean McCavey, or what's his name? Sean
McVay.
Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Sean McCavey. Who the hell is Sean
I
McCavey?
don't, he probably coaches for. Maybe he'll be Cleveland's.
He
new
was
coach.
he seemed a little disappointed on the Rams fans, but I mean, especially when you got a team like the Packers, where there's so much pent up demand. You know, all these people from the Midwest living on here. And I talked to a couple of people that said, and also you forget about this. I said, I kept the middle. I'm sorry. I met a couple of people and I said, "Oh, you from Wisconsin?" No, but my dad's from Wisconsin.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that seems to be a thing.
I'm telling you, if you're around Green Bay fans, and there are a lot in Vegas, Green Bay fans or people from Wisconsin, it's always a pleasant time.
Yeah,
That's why it must
unless
have been.
you're black. and
Oh,
Marty Bennett. But we
Marty
will
Bennett. Yeah, he
talk
went
about
off
that.
on
So we'll go deep into the
Okay.
the trip to
Full
the Coliseum.
disclosure, I didn't see all the game. I was following it on my phone because we were at a saloon, the second oldest saloon in Nevada. Yeah. So that's
Oh,
what
yeah?
we're. Oh yeah, with Girl Haggard.
Is there papers on that?
Oh yeah.
Can you prove that?
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
the bullet holes still on the wall. And Merle
Okay.
Haggard, there's a tribute. These three women,
Can we,
Girl
can,
Haggard.
can we get a FBI analysis on that
It
bullet
is.
hole? It
The-
might just be like a broom
No,
handle.
There was a poker fight back in the 20s or something, and the guy shot the other guy, and it was real justifiable homicide. Or I don't even know if they called it
All right,
homicide because the
this
guy
is,
was
this is on
shooting
the
at Burke.
placemat, right? That's what you're saying?
No, it's in the wall. There's
All right.
history in that place.
Okay, all right. So
Okay.
hit Merle Haggard. What
No,
you're saying?
the band playing yesterday was called Girl Haggard.
Oh, okay.
They're the female version of Merle Haggard. So we're watching them.
Mer-
Luckily,
Merle,
instead
I
of
always
a-
thought Merle Haggard was like a woman until like
Yeah.
I found out.
That is very naive on your part. But the good thing is because we're watching the band, I didn't have to see. I did see the fumble live though. That one I saw live, and that one gosh, that was painful.
you saw the worst possible moment then. Huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh well.
All right.
Okay,
Well, we
you're-
will
sure.
talk about all that, and I will go in depth into the experience of the game.
Okay, that's exciting.
Because I know a lot of people that I know did not go. So
I
we'll
would
talk
have
about
went. I would have went.
that. And then we'll just have some general thoughts about
Okay. Okay.
the
Yep.
NFC North standings
Right,
and
right.
what's going to be happening. And we'll talk about the World Series, too.
Okay.
Why not? All right, so, Gene, we're going to start off with the week that it was. NFL Week 8.
Mhm.
New York Jets played. Is this thing going out? This thing
Yeah.
seems like it's very dim.
Oh, our light. Yeah,
Yeah, our
that's good.
New York Jets at Chicago Bears.
Which I bear down. The whole family bet on the Bears as well. That's what's great about Vegas. We're at the Golden Nugget. Like, hey, the Bear game's on. Why don't we just go walk 10 feet over there and bet on the Bears? Which it's not something I do in normal life. But, yeah, I bear down, so good for them.
So you actually did bet on the Bears.
Yeah, I did.
What,
I
what
bet.
was the line and all that stuff?
They were 9.5-point favorites, which is a lot. I bet on the Eagles, Bears, and Packers. Yep.
What, like on a triple play or
No,
something like that?
I
On a
just did them
parlay?
separate. I
Okay.
did those three and then Iowa. So.
All right. Well, Gene, I actually did watch some of this game,
you
the
did?
first half
Mhm.
before the Rams game, the Packers game, I should say.
Mhm.
And I think they finally got Trubisky rolling.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I didn't see. I only saw the first half a little bit. No, I only saw part of the first quarter. I have to amend my statement because I was busy yesterday. Okay, I didn't see much of the game at all. But that's good to hear.
All right, give me your thoughts. Give me your
Well,
thoughts.
Trubisky was good.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played well. I think, and then the Bears defense played very well.
They
I
got
mean,
a good. The future's pretty bright.
although they played against Darnold, a young rookie quarterback,
Yeah,
and the
he's
Jets,
struggling.
the Jets' offensive line's not that great.
Right.
But the Bears' defense is very, very good. And I'll tell you what, Gene,
Yes.
the Bears are going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, they're good. I like Matt Nagy, their coach. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like him. I like Trubisky. I like their defense and everything about them. I like their fans. I like going to Chicago. I like going to Bear games. I've been to many, so yeah.
All right, there you go. Well, congrats.
Okay,
Congrats.
thanks.
All right. All right, that's all I got for that.
Okay, that's good. That was good
right.
analysis.
All right, so and then we got New Orleans at the Minnesota Vikings.
Full disclosure, I didn't see any of this game or really too much football because
'Cause you're-
we're out way out in the desert.
You're driving back?
No, I drove back today. No, we're out at the Pioneer Saloon where the poker player got shot for cheating, and it
Oh.
was justifiable homicide. But it was way out in the desert, so they weren't big on sports out
So,
there.
Gene, you were doing your own Red Dead Redemption too.
Yeah, it
in
was a
real life.
biker. It was a biker bar too. So I was out there with Girl Haggard.
You did the
my
mission.
mom.
You did the mission where a bunch of people from Iowa got lost in Nevada,
Right.
and I got saved by the
Yeah,
biker bar.
Yeah. So that's what. So I don't really have much to add, but good for New Orleans. Okay. And then.
Well, Gene, I'll tell you what.
How's
Gene,
that
is
for
everything okay,
analysis?
Gene?
No, I'm just saying. I'm glad
All right.
New Orleans.
We're both very stressed because the light is going off
Oh
here.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
okay. Go ahead.
But Gene, guess who's back with the Minnesota Vikings?
Uh,
Everson Griffin.
oh, was he? Oh,
Yeah, he's back.
How was he?
He's back. Well, he committed a couple penalties that I saw.
Violent?
So
Was he violent?
let's just say he's a killer on the
Yeah.
field.
I don't know how they can let him back so soon. He seems mentally unstable, which might be good if you're a defensive player. I
Hopefully he's
guess.
on his meds.
Right.
Hopefully he's on his meds.
Yeah.
And first the game was a shootout, but New Orleans took over. And do you think the Vikings are concerned yet that they gave Kirk Cousins $80 million guaranteed?
Yeah, but what's the alternative? The guy who replaced Case
Keenum?
He's not very good.
Is Case
either,
Keenum playing that much worse than?
I don't know. I didn't see him yesterday, but I know
Cousins is competent, but he has really bad pocket presence.
Oh,
so
does he?
yeah, he doesn't feel people coming up behind.
You're very good at this. You and Drew McGarry and Bill Simmons. But so if you say so, I'll go with it. I haven't really paid any attention to how he's playing. Okay. And then
He's been playing again. He's been playing average, not great. All right, not $80 million worth.
Right.
All right, we'll just roll through these because this Rams story is better than any of this crap. And we're acting like we're actually at analysis.
And
of,
I never
football
seen.
analysis.
I didn't see really. Full disclosure, I didn't
any
see
of these
any
games.
of the games.
All right, well you only do a Midwest Sports Show podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did bet on the Eagles. I saw some of them because it was 6:30 in the morning in Vegas. Yeah.
And then Tampa Bay at Cincinnati Bengals. Really quick, Jameis Winston threw 4 interceptions, including a pick six, and
I
was
didn't
pulled
even know.
for
He's
Fitzpatrick.
awful.
And he's got a $20 million injury guarantee.
I'd say goodbye.
He's not. Yeah, I don't think he's ever playing for Tampa Bay.
You don't?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
because
that's it.
they might not pick up his option. Time to move on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. You think you get suspended for 3 weeks? Maybe you practice in the backyard with a barrel. You know, moving back and forth.
A barrel?
Yeah, well, not the barrel, but
tire.
the tire. Yeah, the tire. I'm sorry.
He's terrible, and his
How about that?
attitude's piss poor. Yeah, I don't like him. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't think maybe probably somebody will sign him. What am I talking about? But Tampa Bay's a mess.
Oakland. People saying Oakland.
Yeah.
People saying Oakland.
Oof.
All right.
Good luck.
Let's go to Seattle, Detroit.
Detroit's terrible.
Yeah, Detroit's defense not good. Seattle's pretty much running at will, and I'll tell you what, Seattle is here we go. Make some light of our own. Seattle is looking very good, and Russell Wilson is saying they got that swagger from 2012 swagger back.
Oh,
so
because you beat the Lions, you don't get swagger credit for beating the Lions. You have to beat the Bears or the Packers. Well, Packers not so much right now, but if you don't get swagger for beating Detroit. No, thank you.
And speaking about quarterbacks getting huge contracts for nothing, I don't want to say nothing, but I mean they were down 28-7 or whatever, and Stafford, they got him a quick score.
Oh, okay.
They were driving again, and Stafford fumbled the ball and turned it over, and that was pretty much it.
These
for the
quarterbacks
Lions.
with their turnovers, who am I to call myself an expert? But it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Trubisky didn't throw any interceptions.
Yep. There you go. All right, and then Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won this, and
full disclosure, I didn't really see this game either.
All right, well, Gene, why don't you save some breath,
Okay,
and we'll just assume you didn't see any of these football games, huh? How
I
about
did
that?
see the Iowa game.
All right.
I did.
Pittsburgh won, and then here's an interesting factoid that you may find. Hugh Jackson got fired.
Yes, I did
marking it the 6th straight Browns head coach that has been fired after the second game of the season against the Steelers.
Wow.
Pretty interesting. So
That's really amazing.
all these Browns coaches have been fired, not only against the Steelers, but the second game against the Steelers. So you got to win against the Steelers in Cleveland, I guess.
I'm telling you that I wasn't a big Hugh Jackson fan either. He jumped into Lake Erie. I think it's Lake Erie last year in the offseason, pay off a bet. I was like, just stay there, dude. Just keep swimming. What the hell? Why did he got way too much run?
Well, Gene, I'll tell you this.
Todd Haley's a lunatic. I'm glad he's gone too.
I'll tell you what, I think Hugh Jackson gets unfairly maligned.
What?
A little bit, especially by guys like Bill Simmons.
You got to win.
And like you.
What?
But if you go back, and I think if you listen to the Tomahawk podcast, which is the Joe Thomas and Andrew Hawkins, who played for the Browns and played for Hugh Jackson, they both said he was a really good coach and motivating. He was saying that he was put in an unfair position because he took that job, and then the Browns GM pretty much unloaded bait. Got rid of everyone. Got rid of all the good players.
Okay, I'll tell you this: you got to win. You can't just keep losing and saying he's a really good coach. Oh, he's a great motivator.
Well,
okay, how about winning some of these overtime games? No, not good
Well,
enough.
that's the whole point. He was saying that now that they actually do have a fairly decent, talented team, these guys were saying that he was not winning, and you got to win. But they're also Joe Thomas was saying he thought that the losing just finally just beat Hugh Jackson down, and he was like making quotes about taking over the offense that he that was out of character.
And that's another thing. You say that about your offense when you have an offensive coordinator, dude. You better talk. Maybe you want to run that by him first before you start spouting that off. No, he's gone.
And then Todd Haley, of course, was canned as well.
Good.
And yeah.
May they never coach again. Either of them. They should be exiled.
Well, Hugh Jackson should take a break. But maybe
he can go back to being a coordinator or whatever he did before.
Well, he's got another 2 years, right, of his contract or something like that.
No.
At least, yeah. Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, is going to be the head coach.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I think it's safe to say that Brett Favre will not be coming out of retirement to play for the Browns anytime soon. Of course, Greg Williams was the Bounty Gate perpetrator.
Well, what the hell has he ever done either? Get rid of him, too.
We did win a Super Bowl with the Orleans Saints.
Yeah, as a coordinator. And they weren't very good. I'm done with all.
Oh, you mean as well 1/3 of the brain trust?
I'll say this. Cleveland, you got Baker Mayfield. Congratulations. Now get rid of everybody else.
No, they got a talented team.
That's right. Yeah. Get rid of the
And then, Gene, speaking of Browns, former Brown Josh Gordon, who is probably on the screen behind us somewhere on the field, he was, of course, traded. No, he was released, and the Patriots picked him up. He was suspended by the Patriots this afternoon.
He was?
For approximately a quarter, so just a couple of plays, for being tardy.
Oh, my
For
God.
tardiness.
Wow.
So you got a guy here that was released because he pulled his hamstring filming a commercial, some documentary. And now he gets a second chance with a Super Bowl defending AFC representatives. And you're going to be late to the bus, to the meetings?
This guy's an idiot. Get rid of him. Get rid of everyone.
Gee, let's say the Patriots miraculously hired you to, I don't know, mop the bathroom floors or something like that.
Do it.
Would you be late?
No.
Meaning you got a Super Bowl ring at the end?
Listen. I don't care what you do. Take pride in your work. No, I'd be on time. Yep, I'm an on time.
With a smile on your face. Right?
I'm on time. I like being there on time. I went to a show. I took my sister to Penn and Teller in Vegas last week. We were an hour early, and we just sat in the audience. And guess who? So they had a guy playing a piano and a guy playing bass on stage, just kind of as the audience trickled in. It was Penn playing bass, and he talked to the audience. He goes, "You guys are my favorite people because you got here early."
Oh yeah.
And there you go. That shows you I'm on time.
Yeah, Josh Gordon. Maybe if you showed up, you get some attention from Tom Brady.
That's right.
And Bill Belichick.
Right.
All right. And then, Gene, one more last NFL update. The rare news of a referee was fired this past week.
Yeah, I guess I did hear some.
I think his name was Garza or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But he was fired, and I don't remember this happening, especially in the middle of a season. And the primary reason was I guess a false start that was not called against the Browns.
Right.
But I mean, you can't just fire someone for missing a false start, I guess, right, or something like that.
I don't think so.
There must have been a pattern of bad calls. But Gene, what I want to know is how many of these bad calls were against Green Bay?
I don't know.
The Green Bay Packers.
Full disclosure. Oh, against that game last week or yesterday?
Well, no, he got fired last week. So
yeah. Okay, a lot. Then I'll go a lot. A lot.
Yeah. So, and should any of those games be overturned?
Yes, all of them.
That's what I want to know.
All the losses should be overturned immediately.
Anyways, the referee association is what do you call it? The union is protesting, and it would be interesting to see like what actually happened behind the scenes.
I would imagine it's hard to fire a ref because they're
unionized, right? You can't just fire them.
That's right. That's exactly.
So I bet something is going on. I bet they found something that they don't want to know.
Yeah.
Let's just say you see anyone wearing a referee's hat in Las Vegas, Gene? That's what I'm trying to say.
How about this? The bartenders at Golden Nugget Sportsbook, they wore referee uniforms. So he could have blended in very easily. Very easy.
Or one of those guys could have been calling the NFL game.
By the way,
And plus, you're gonna have the Raiders come to Las Vegas.
The guy behind the counter, they're supposed to be experts. So my sister and I asked him for his best bets Saturday. He goes, USC. No problem. Easy. Bet all you want. Yeah, they lost. Thank you, dude.
Dude, why are you asking bartenders that?
No, not the bartender. It was he was working the sports book. Isn't he supposed to know?
Gee, that's like asking the McDonald's lady how much fat is in the Big Mac.
I don't. Well, I thought maybe.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right, and then Gene, the World Series is finally over. Thank
Full
God.
disclosure, I didn't watch much of it, but I did see the 18th inning Friday night.
Oh wow!
And the great thing about that,
So you saw the worst part of the World Series, basically.
all the Dodger fans were standing except for Larry King. He couldn't get up out of his chair.
Poor guy.
At that, and I didn't see Marlins, man, so that was good.
I saw him a couple times.
You did? Dodgers, that's tough. Now it's gonna be 31. I don't know. That's tough for the Dodgers. That was tough.
Well, they can go to hell.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Boston, now they're winning too much. Now I'm
11 championships in 18 years total.
That's
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But Gina, I actually watched quite a bit.
Oh, you did?
Of the World Series. I had it on the second TV, and I mean, what can you say? Just Boston just kept on getting hits and kept on. And I don't think everyone's saying David Roberts made a bunch of bad decisions. I don't think he made really. It was at the last couple of games. I think he made bad decisions. And what's up with him leaving Kershaw in after they had 4 or 5 runs against him? I can't believe they left him in there for so long.
Full disclosure, I didn't really see the game because that's the.
All right, well, give us your hot take on it then.
I saw the box score and Kershaw pitched 7 innings and gave up 4 runs. And then I was thinking, why did he leave 4? That's a lot. Because, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why they left him in. Maybe because the bullpen was depleted or something like that. But, not good. And so I did not know this, but apparently Kershaw has an option.
There's no way. I don't think he can opt out because he's
getting. No, he said he's like 3 days after the World Series. He said he's not sure what he's going to do.
I know, but he's got a huge. If he opts in, he's going to make a lot of money off the Dodgers. I don't know if there's a huge market for him.
Well, Gina, I think he has $100 million already, right? So
yeah, but who are you going to pay him $25 million a year?
Yeah, someone will.
No, well,
no, you're right. Someone's going to pay him $35 a year.
That's what he's already. That's what he's already making.
Oh,
I think he's making a lot, but. I'd be Larry because he doesn't he's lost a little steam off the whatever.
He probably just needs a change of scenery, right?
I don't know. If John Smoltz said sign him, I'd sign him.
He's from Texas. I mean, okay. Well, speaking of which, I was going to ask you this, Gene. The Cubs.
Yes.
The Cubs love overpriced train wrecks, so I'm surprised Theo hasn't called them yet.
That's a great quote. I'll tell you this. I think me and Theo agree. We're out on Machado. We're out. But
how about
Bryce Harper? Yeah, maybe.
How about this? How about a straight-up trade between you, Darvish, and Kershaw? How about that?
I would take Kershaw.
In a second, right?
I love him.
In a second.
But he really gets a lot of heat.
All right, I'm going to predict it's some AL West team. I mean, maybe the Angels, maybe like the Mariners.
But be careful, sign him a big deal. The Angels can't keep signing. They got the worst contracts. Just terrible.
I think it's like some AL West team that he just fades into oblivion.
I think if Kershaw, he should just stay put. Really, I mean, he's making. Yeah.
Or the Mets, maybe he can hit, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go. Well, good luck. Whatever it does.
All right, Gene. Well, it's time.
Oh boy, I thought about you a lot yesterday, but I thought, what a great game.
Has come.
I know, and I would have been there with you, but. I was in Good Springs, Nevada yesterday afternoon, which is about 26 miles outside of Las Vegas.
Well, Gene, we're going to start at the very beginning.
Okay. This is great.
The week leading up to the game, and I'm trying to get my friends to go with me. Mm-hmm. Everyone's afraid, Gene. Everyone's scared of going to the game and spending money and watching the Packers get their asses whooped.
I wouldn't have been scared.
And I was kind of waffling, Gene.
Oh, okay.
I was going back and forth. I'm like, man, do I really want to spend a bunch of money, sit in the sun, and watch the Packers get walloped?
Right.
But then when Thursday, Friday, Saturday was rolling on, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I saying? I mean, I live in LA. I've been waiting for this moment, the Green Bay Packers to come out to Los Angeles and play a game in Los Angeles, not have to travel 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah, to Phoenix.
It's not snowing.
You wait. You don't get stopped by Border Patrol like you did in Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. I can bring plenty of cocaine on the bus. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
And I'm checking tickets, and Gene, fairly expensive, I guess.
Yeah, StubHub.
Fairly expensive.
Because a lot of people waited, right? They were hoping prices would drop.
Well, like Sunday morning, there was about about 900.
Yeah, I saw
left.
that.
So it wasn't too much, and left. And I think the lowest price was like 190 or something like that.
And that's without fees. You got to factor that in
and
too.
Then I mean, it's like 20% fees, right?
Yes,
So you got to add another $50 on that. It's crazy.
If people don't know, the StubHub fees have gone up quite a bit. If you buy a ticket for $200, you're going to pay $240 at least.
Yeah, exactly.
$240
so,
probably.
And then there were some tickets, like on the middle sidelines, for like $250 and like $400. I'm like, oh man, if I just wait and wait, I'm sure I can maybe get that for $100, maybe $150 or whatever. And waited, and nothing really budged too much. And then Gene, you're looking at these, the stadium and all this stuff, and the tickets and all this stuff. And you've been to the Coliseum, correct?
I was there last
year.
So
it's obviously an oval, right, or an ellipse, or whatever you want to call it. But the field is not smack dab in the middle of the oval. It's offset.
Yeah.
So that there is room on one end of the oval to put a bunch of corporate, what do you call it? Corporate hospitality, like tables and basically the pricey spots.
Yep.
The VIP section, right?
Yep.
So there's these, basically all the seats on one end of the stadium are double the distance between seats on the other side of the stadium. Yeah. And I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, and you can see these previews of the pictures and all that. I'm like, my God, these look like terrible.
I know.
Terrible visages.
There's a lot of bad seats in the Coliseum. A lot of bad seats.
So I'm thinking, all right, I'm just going to wait.
Smart. I would have done the same thing, and I'm an expert at this.
The game, you've done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting looking up at SeatGeek, and they didn't have too many tickets and blah, blah, blah. So I decided, all right, I'm just going to wait till the very last minute and get a ticket. So I go down. The game's at 1:25. I leave around 12.
Oh, okay.
And I walk down to the subway station over here. I figure I'm taking the subway because you can take the subway down to USC.
Yep.
But then my phone is telling me if I just wait at the bus there.
Oh.
The bus might be quicker and less stops and all this stuff. Well, I wait for the bus. And Gene, I start seeing some Packer fans.
Oh, really?
I probably saw like 5 Packer fans on the bus, as we're going down there. And it was pretty crowded. And we're going down Vermont towards USC.
Yeah, right.
And for some reason, they decided it was a good time to do utility work on 3 lanes or 2 of the lanes of the street.
Wow.
So we had to there was a choke point at one point. So that was annoying.
That's very annoying.
And then because of the football game, they decided to redirect the route west to Normandy.
Wow.
And then down Normandy, this was at Adams, and this makes no sense to anyone who's not in LA.
That's quite a diversion, by the way. If you're not in LA, that's a big one.
Yeah. So at that point,
your story so far is fantastic. It is.
Yeah.
This is good.
It gets better. Yeah. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna go around the whole loop, and who knows what the traffic is, especially with the stupid bus trying to take a left-hand turn. So I'm like, I'm gonna get off right now.
Yeah.
And I heard some other Packers fans saying, maybe we should grab a bird, grab a bird or a Lime scooter. Because we're probably a mile away.
Right.
I couldn't find anyone nearby, and so I just basically walk. So I walked about a mile, and then as you're getting closer to the stadium, you see these people selling garb, Rams garb and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, man, where are the scalpers? Where are the scalpers around here? Because these tickets are not going down.
Yeah.
These tickets are not getting cheaper. There are no $100 tickets for sure. And there's only 200, I'd say, almost maybe at 12:30 or so. So they were going pretty quick. So one of the guy tells me, the scalpers are down on MLK.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Right.
How about we try to break stereotypes, huh? How about that?
Wow, because the scalpers are black predominantly. The ones in LA. They probably make a lot of money, so that's good. And it can't be on the Coliseum property. I don't know what the rules are.
That's the thing. It's kind of scary, looking for tickets like this, because you know what the rules are. You know what I mean?
I know.
So blah blah blah. So I go down there, kind of towards the south. I guess it's at the south side of the stadium, and no scalpers. I don't see anything.
Okay.
So I take a left, and I go down MLK towards the south entrance. And again, not a whole lot of scalpers. Finally, I kind of see this tall Latino guy
Oh, Latino.
who's got a ticket, and he's got one of those again those scrappy seats that I was talking about for like 150.
Oh, yeah.
For 150, and we're probably like 45 minutes before kickoff. So I'm like, man, I'm like, let me just wait. I want to see some other
I
scalpers.
would have waited too. I would have definitely.
So I walked down the block a couple more ways and didn't see any more scalpers. I'm just like, all right, just screw this. I'm just gonna because the tickets were still like $200, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna buy a ticket, it's gonna be like 250, 260,
Right,
270 or whatever.
yeah.
So might as well just get a crappy ticket for 150 so I can at least see the game. So I went back to him and I got the ticket, and he only had one ticket too. So. And then Gene, getting into the stadium, not the greatest
Oh my God.
experience,
Right.
especially if you're kind of late. If you get there early again, Gene, you probably had
Yeah.
a nice early experience. But
Right. I try to get there early. I know you do too. You want
it's
to.
these wrought. Well, I was waiting for the tickets so long, but they
Right.
basically have these wrought iron gates
Yes,
around the
Coliseum.
stadium.
Yeah.
And like every, I don't know, maybe 500 feet, there's like 3 or 4 entrances, and you basically have a like just just all these people trying to get into the gates like all at once, and the gates don't even open up the whole way. They like open up like sideways.
Right,
It's
right.
like, and then just past those gates are the what do you call it? The metal detectors, and you got half of these idiots like with vape pens being told you can't bring the vape pens into the USC, the Coliseum and all this stuff. So big hold up. So I did not see the kickoff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did not. It was pretty
Yeah, I
disappointing.
remember going to a game there last year. It was a pain in the ass getting in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I was just really quick, when I kind of
Yeah.
got into that area too, I saw some other guy trying to sell tickets. I'm like, damn, if I probably just would have waited, I probably could have got a better
Right.
deal. But oh well, it was already done.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. What were you saying though? Trying to get in there?
Oh no, Lambeau. You go into Lambeau, they get you in there quick. But man, the Coliseum's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not
that was
good.
my only-
If you're ever going to the Coliseum, get there like an hour
Yes.
earlier
exactly.
for sure. So we get there. I get there, and Gene, just like the Rose Bowl, it reminds me a lot like the Rose Bowl
Yeah.
at Pasadena. Just this old ass concrete stadium,
Right.
where it's just the
exactly.
bowl, and they have like benches. What do you call it? Bench seats.
Yeah,
like
and
the
they-
middle seats are bench seats.
It's amazing, and they don't have couple. What I was amazed by last year, we had pretty good seats last year. I think we might have had an actual seat, but a lot of the seats were broken, and there's no cup holders. How do
there's
you
no
not
cup
have?
holders.
Right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have nothing.
Yeah, just put your beer down on the floor.
Yeah.
I guess. And then, Gene, my seat was number 130.
Right?
And I go up there, and it goes like 101, 102, blah, blah, blah. Went up to 123, 125. And then it's like 21, 20, 19. And then I'm like, where's 130 or whatever? So I don't know what was going on. If it was a misprint or just the seats are just messed up. But I mean, the ticket's scanned. So like I got through. So
Right.
then I started freaking
That's-
out a little bit. But
yeah.
I mean, I got through. So there's no problem with that. But I did not see a 130. So I don't know what's up with that. And what else? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't-
What'd you do then? Where'd you sit?
Well, I kind of sat up there, kind of on the wrong side. But Gene, when you actually get there,
Yeah.
you're actually high up, and then
I
you
know.
actually realize these are real human beings, and human beings are fairly large, actually.
Exactly.
So they actually weren't that bad seats. They're actually pretty good seats.
Yeah. But they're a lot like the airlines. They squeeze you in, and
Yeah, for sure.
And if you want to go to the bathroom, just go ahead and piss yourself getting out of there. And
Yeah.
the Coliseum, you probably went into the bathroom, but it's hard to get around out there. There's no room.
Well, they have these
right?
concession stands like right in front of the stairways.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like go through these concessions waiting, and then you're worried about pushing them down the stairs as well. But I thought there was actually quite a lot of bathrooms. So
All
I
right,
thought the
that's
bathroom
good.
situation was pretty.
It was just
pretty
it's so
good.
crowded. Yeah, getting around
Yeah.
those old stadiums.
And
yeah.
I would say definitely 80% Packer fans there.
That's really
very
good.
very loud.
Yeah.
A lot of Hispanic Packer fans.
Oh, that's good
Gene,
to know.
I don't think they're
Good to
from
know.
Wisconsin, but it's kind of interesting to see that the large Hispanic population has
They're such a great
taken on
national team.
Green Bay. So
I-
maybe Green Bay should do some all Espanol.
So I
Reach out.
followed along online. I know it's 5-0. We were so excited. We kept getting updates from our brother-in-law, who was actually watching the game, and then we get excited. But then,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, and then Gene,
So full
more
disclosure, I only saw the kickoff.
more
when he
details.
fumbled. Yes.
you go to the beer concession stands,
Right.
and you got two options there. You got domestic, which is a Bud Light,
Yep.
and then you got imported.
Ooh.
Corona Light.
Corona?
Imported, Gene.
Yeah.
Imported from White Plains, New York.
I see.
$2 extra. $2 for that crap.
Is it 11? How much?
It was 14 for Bud Light, but it was a Tall Boy can.
Yeah.
It was a 32 ounce, and then it was 16.
32 ounces?
16 for a Corona Light.
Yeah, that's okay.
Or maybe it's 24. Maybe that's 24 ounces, I believe. Yeah, it's 24. Yeah. All right. And Gene, I did see someone with an Urlacher jersey.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you tell him, dude, what the hell?
What are you doing here? I saw someone with an Odell Beckham jersey, and his kid had a Manning jersey, Eli Manning.
Right.
I also saw a Refrigerator Perry jersey,
Wow.
Gene, way down on the ground floor.
Yeah, I don't think he's with us anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else can I say about this? Well, Gene, Packers played pretty well.
Yeah, it looked like
the defense kind of stopped the Rams, but I think the Rams made a couple adjustments at halftime, and then I think it kind of took the defense a while to kind of reset. There's a lot of opportunities I don't think the Packers took advantage of, but I will say, I kind of went back and watched like the highlights of the game, or at least the game like in quick form. And the Rams just made.
Back and watched it after that pain.
Yeah, well, you could watch it like with just the plays. It's like 15 minutes on the game day.
That would be painful.
But it's different though because you haven't. But I don't know. The Packers played really well, and again, it was just a couple of really great defensive plays.
I like your attitude
that the Rams made.
I mean, the way you're describing it, you sound hopeful.
I think there was a lot to build on. I think hopefully it gives these people a lot of confidence because you stopped the Rams. This fabled offense. And honestly, the Packers really should have won.
Gosh, I like the way. Wow, this is encouraging because I thought you'd be really. Because the last thing I didn't even look at the box score. I didn't want to know. I was just after the way they lost. I was like, oh, I don't want to know.
Well,
I don't want to even.
There were a bunch of holding. It's funny because you can actually see the holds like in the stands. Like it's really weird because you can see like the whole field. And I've said that watching football at home is better, but I'm gonna take that back. I think actually watching a game at the stadium, like high above, like not at a bad angle, is actually way better because you can see the whole thing. You can see the quarterback, going back. You can see the receiver, making the route and all this stuff. I mean, you can see like the play developing. And at one point, Goff, whatever, he was looking off a receiver. And basically, the whole stadium was looking off the wrong way with him.
Wow!
And then he changed his way, and another guy was open. It was a really cool moment. He was looking at everyone, the DBs, everyone in the audience, all that, me, and he ended up making a pass to like another guy down the field. So it was a pretty cool moment. So I really enjoyed it.
Wow,
and,
that's good for you.
It was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's
for sure.
Great.
And then, of course, so the Rams go ahead by 2 points. And again, I thought the defense did a really good job keeping them to that field goal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
About just over 205 minutes left.
That's when I picked it up. That's when I saw it.
Kicked to Montgomery, and I don't know, he was maybe 5 yards in the end zone or whatever.
He was deep.
And I remember that when he caught it and when he started going out, I'm like, man, why is he going out?
It made no sense. And he said he didn't know. He thought if he knelt down, he might be kneeling down on the goal line. That doesn't play. You have to know. He knows he's deep in the. That's BS. I call it BS.
I love when people make these excuses that make them sound even dumber.
Well, I know you're the kickoff return.
Problem.
You know you're deep in the end zone, and you know that your coach said, "Do not run it out. There's no advantage to it." Because
I would just let it go. How about don't even catch the ball?
Yeah. And you got to save time for Aaron Wright. You guys save every second counts. Don't.
Yep. So he runs it out, and then at first I didn't think it was anything, but then people started on me, fumble. It's like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, he didn't even get hardly past the 10, and I go, this guy's in trouble.
The worst thing ever. And then if you go back to replay, he was jumping around with his arm all up and everything. Yeah. It's just. Not good form. I'm not a running backs coach, Gene, but I don't think that's how you want to handle it.
Yeah, that's a wide receiver playing running back. And also, the series before, I guess he was on the sideline throwing a tantrum, and this was his way back of getting back at the coaches, I guess.
Yeah, thinking he's going to win the game himself. Like,
well, he hardly played, and he was mad, and then he disobeyed orders.
You're not going to be playing much longer anyways.
Not like that. No way.
Some anonymous teammates trashed him.
Just crushed him.
With Mike Silver saying, it's just saying, not good. Like, why do you do that when we got Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, and also they said he was told not to bring the ball out of the end zone, and he disobeyed order. He was insubordinate. That's insubordination in my book.
Well, a lot of drama going on since then. Tremont Williams to come out for his defense, saying he didn't do it for selfish reasons. Which again, if he did it for selfish reasons, he's just an idiot. Then that's the story we're gonna go with? He's just retarded.
Hey, if you kneel down and you think, well, I'm too close to the goal line. No, you weren't even close to the goal line. You know you weren't. So that doesn't fly. So you're not being honest, and then you are being selfish because the best thing for the team is leave as much time on the clock for your all freaking pro quarterback. There.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone had a doubt in their mind that Aaron Rodgers going down to win the game.
Nothing, and he would have timed it out, so they would have kicked the field goal on the last play of the game.
I don't know. People are talking about. I thought McCarthy. I don't know what McCarthy you would want him to do. I mean, he played it. They had the last possession.
Yeah,
I mean, it was they were going to go down to win the game.
Right.
I mean, again, some of those third down plays where A-Rod he just got sacked by the Rams. I mean, do they have a good off?
I mean, they had 2:05, so they had the 2-minute warning coming up, and I believe 2 more timeout. Forget.
All right, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Well,
Gene, I'm gonna channel.
Okay.
I'm gonna channel my inner Dennis Green. Right here.
Okay, this ought to be exciting.
If you wanna, all right, I got back up.
Are you gonna start over?
I gotta smoke 40 cigarettes before.
I like how you started though. That's pretty cool.
If you wanna crown them, crown their asses. Crown their asses.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I can't even do it.
That was good.
But we had him.
Yeah.
We had him. And we let him off the hook.
Right.
And then you got knocked down the podium.
Could you imagine that? That was good, by the way. Could you
late great Dennis Green.
Yeah. Who coached at Northwestern also. Can you imagine how that plane ride home? That had to be somber.
Yeah, well, he's taking the Greyhound back home, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he.
And then Marty, and then Gene, you just updated me on this earlier before we recorded. Marty Bennett.
Yeah, just trashing the whole state of Wisconsin.
Former Green Bay reject.
Right.
And Gene, do you have the text?
I'll find it for you. Yep, I'll find it for you. Go ahead.
But basically, no one asked Marty Bennett for his 2 cents. And this is the guy. This is not the guy who claimed he was attacked by police in Las Vegas because he was black. This is the other one.
Yeah, that's the brother. This is the brother that quit on the Packers. I'll find his original text. But how was the crowd after? That must have been pretty sad.
Yeah, well, the only bad part is these cocky ass Rams fans who are like, "Whose hell is this Rams?" It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, the only reason why you're here is that the Rams are actually good for no reason. But basically, all right, so basically Marty Bennett was saying there are no black people in Green Bay.
Here's
all right, here we go. The only black people in Green Bay are the players on the team. You're more likely to find a fucking Cooper Chabra than a Negro there.
First off, what kind of language is that? What's a chupacabra?
Chupacabra. It's like a Mexican ghost or something like that. You've never heard of a chupacabra before?
Yeah, then he did. He did a bunch more too. After
it's like a ghost that sits on your chest.
Oh, here's his next. Look at that one.
You're more. What's this guy? Jerry Seinfeld or Dom DeLuise?
Right.
You're more likely to stumble across the Sorcerer's Stone than a Negro in Green Bay.
Wow. The percentages aren't quite as. There's not a lot of black
okay, Marty. First of all, Marty, I've been saying this for 5 years on this podcast. Okay, I mean, newsflash: there aren't a lot of black people in Wisconsin.
But they do have.
Well, in Milwaukee, but you're more likely to find an honest politician in Green Bay before you find a Negro that doesn't play for the team.
And what's using that word? What?
Negro? Negro? I think a Negro is appropriate.
Yeah.
You could have said the N-word. All right, you got one more? I'll do my my racist black voice.
No.
On this.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay.
No, there aren't a lot. And listen, let's not call people from Wisconsin racist. It's just because they're not used to having black people around them. Let's call them prejudice. It's prejudice.
Oh, okay. This one. I didn't really read this one, but this is the one.
Okay. I had to listen to Nina Simone and watch low-budget black films every day in Green Bay just to hear and see people that look like me outside the locker room.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you mean no one wanted to hang out with you, Marty?
That's
is that a surprise?
Right. Yeah.
Marty, have you problem making friends?
This is the one that's going to get in trouble.
All right. Got a job to Milwaukee to get your black card renewed every 3 weeks. Winning Green Bay.
Yeah, nice
about-
way.
what's
Green Bay gave you a chance to play.
How about that
dude.
CVS one? How about that CVS
Oh
one?
yeah, I'll find it. Yeah. But yeah.
Got to go to Milwaukee just to get a dime bag.
Wow.
So a Negro can get hot.
Yeah.
I'm channeling my inner one.
Oh, here it
All right. Lord forbid you go to CVS to pick up a few toiletries in Milwaukee. Story never been told if it weren't a pro athlete. Think about how many untold stories like that happen. He's 100% true. I don't know. He's 100% true.
Yeah, but it happens. That doesn't make. Oh.
All right. So Marty Bennett again. Marty's been speaking truth. I wish he was speaking truth when he was talking about his injury though, abdominal strain. All right. So Gene, let's review the NFC North. We have the Chicago Bears, number 1 at 4-3.
Yes.
You gotta be. How long do you think that's gonna last?
I think maybe one more week. They go to Buffalo this week, so.
All right, Buffalo's playing Patriots as we speak.
Yeah, I think the Bears are onto something now.
Vikings are 4-3-1. Packers are 3-3-1.
Packers got to go to New England, though.
How many more games? It feels like the Packers have lost like 10 games already, right?
It does. I mean, if
they've
they
only
could,
lost 3 though.
That's why yesterday have been so great because they go yesterday, then they go to New England. But you think, gosh, they need to win one of these games. But yeah, Packers could win. Minnesota's not intimidating.
I think 10-6 wins the division. So and then they already have a tie, so it's gonna have to be 10-5-1 at least or something like that. So,
you would take 10-5-1 for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But you know what? This is what Green Bay does. That's what they did 2010.
I'm glad though you're.
They get into these roles.
Yeah.
These roles. All right, let's look at next week again. Green Bay pays Patriots again. I think they build on this. I think the Patriots are not nearly as good. They're not nearly as fast, nearly as talented on offense.
Yeah, hopefully they won't be too down. Yeah, you got to go to New England.
I don't know what the odds yet. I should listen to.
I bet they'll be.
Oh, it's 3. I think it's 3 for
Patriots.
Patriots.
It's got to be more than that.
Maybe it's 6.
I would say at least 6. Yeah,
all right.
3 points. That's
Bears and Bills, a morning game. Chiefs Browns. God, something like Browns are always fun. Lions Vikings.
Oh,
let's go Lions in Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota might get. They really need to win. They could be really. Yep.
Packers Patriots. We said that already, and then Bengals are on a bye. Am I missing someone?
Well, then Packers need to win. There you go.
Yep. They beat them 2014, I believe.
That would be a great win. Yeah.
It would be a big win in New England. So, all right. Well, there you go, Gene.
What a great trip. And I'm glad you went to the game. I am, and it's always great. I know a lot. Believe me, I've been to a lot of. I was at the Iowa-Wisconsin game a few weeks ago when we got our hearts crushed. But you're always glad you go. You got to be a fan.
Yeah,
and you can go to the
it's
stadium.
good. Have memories of you sitting in your couch in your living room.
Thank you. Yeah,
and then I will say this: these TV timeouts, Gene, for these games, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
these players are literally just standing around.
I know.
For like some of these seems like 5 minutes at a time. It's like, oh my God, can we?
And they're just watching the one guy who keeps an eye on the networks and they're waiting for the go ahead.
Can we change this around? Can we maybe a few less KFC ads and maybe some more football?
Ooh, nice one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. There you go.
All right, big win this week. Man.
All right. Well, there we go. All right, so for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts. It's been the Midwest Sports Show.
And I want to say, I think my mom's going to, hopefully she made it this far. I love you, Mom. We had a great time, really did. So that's good.
Right.
Oh, my family.
We'll have better lighting next week. So, all right, thanks for listening. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.